While answering the last question, you talked about memory, right? So my question is, if all we are doing, so what's your view? Should we have an all-encompassing memory, or should it be a memoryless being? Because if we are a memoryless being, then there's no concept of future and past. There's no relation between actions and consequences. We talked about experience, that doesn't exist.
Now, how does this idea come, memoryless being?
You talked about chitta that has…
I said memoryless intelligence, an intelligence which is beyond memory. I did not talk about a memoryless being because if there is no memory, there is no individuality of any kind, isn't it?
That's what his point.
So that's what the point is.
I get you.
To be an individual, memory is important, but because we have memory, all the
It is not
shortcomings…
memory is important, memory is the basis of your individual nature.
Is individualism important, like being…
See, individualism means you are trying to make a religion out of yourself. There is no individualism. It is a privilege. Though we are part of everything here, if we don't understand this, we'll get the point when people bury us, that we are a part of everything. Right now we stand up, see, your existence here is like a pop-up on your computer screen. You pop up for 2 minutes and you go, okay? In the life of this planet, you are just a small pop-up. You will go poop and poop, that's it. You and me, right now when we are here, we think we are this, but all this countless number of people who came before us, you think they were idiots? They were also like you and me, big people, but all topsoil now, isn't it? So anyway, we have no individuality. Individuality is an assumed thing. This is a great privilege creation has given us, though we are part of everything. We are allowed to experience life as an individual, how fantastic it is. We are greatly, grateful to this process because it allows a little bit of individuality for these few years that we are here. These years in the life of this planet is really nothing, 2 seconds they calculate something out of the billion years, whatever it's been here. So if 2-second pop-up assumes individualism, what is that? It's a privilege that we have some sense of individual experience. Otherwise, we would have no experience if there was no memory, okay? So if you dip into chitta, does my individuality completely vanish? No. When you dip into it, it gives you an experience beyond the boundaries of your individuality. Because of this, see, you are in this country, you're an Indian, but can you travel out? If you travel out, you're not an Indian anymore?
Still am.
You still are, just the same way. I'm still the same person, but I'm no more limited by the boundaries of my physiology and my psychological structure anymore. This gives me a larger sense of experience.
So, for the manifestation or the achievement of the goals or passions, or even for holding a king cobra, as you say, a wholesome control over the chemistry of thoughts and emotions is necessary. So at this point in life, with so many stimulations, opportunities, distractions, ambitions, passions, everything hovering all around, how to achieve that control over the chemistry of thoughts, emotions and fears as well. So how to aggravate or elevate that ether within to read that, to reach that silence within where we could do what we want, and whatever we want becomes what it is.
It's a long question, eh? See, one thing is, when it comes to what's within us, if we do not harness the prowess of this body and the prowess of this mind, you will not do anything significant, isn't it so? The question is, what methods do you have? Right now, the only methods you have is education. That is learning techniques, learning methods, learning information, exposure, this. There are other ways to do this also, where you can organize yourself that your body and your mind takes instructions from you. This is one aspect of it. It must. Your body and your mind are your most basic faculties that you have. They must take instructions from you. If they work against you, you're finished, isn't it? Right now you call this stress, anxiety, nonsense, whatever. Essentially, your intelligence is working against you. Your thought and emotion is not going the way you want it to go, it's doing its own thing. Well, if you cannot manage your own mind, how the hell are you going to manage, let's say 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 minds? Because management essentially means you must be able to manage the people. Managing the people means you must get everybody to get to one intent and act in a significant way. How will you do this when your own mind doesn't take instructions from you? You cannot manage yours, but you believe you can manage theirs? There is no way it's going to happen. This is why a whole lot of people who are in successful professions are all having ulcers, heartburns, heartbreaks and all kinds of things because they are upping the activity without enhancing themselves. It is like you want to be on a Formula One track, but you went with your small little car that everybody drives to the office. Then if you drive at a certain speed, four wheels will go in four different directions. This is what is happening to a whole lot of people. When they aspire for what they want and go at it, their body breaks down, their mind breaks down, something happens simply because they have not strived to enhance this. First you enhance this, activity will open up in the world for you. But you are in a rush for the goals that you have set up already. Because of that, you don't spend time on the… If you do not enhance the machine, activity cannot be enhanced. Stress will happen, breakdown will happen, isn't it? But when it comes to the outside world, there are a lot of misunderstandings about what is coming our way. Can I tell you a joke? Are you? Because it's been so serious, like This happened in Michigan. A tiny little bird was very exuberant and happy, and winter started coming. It should have gone south, but it was so happy it forgot about it and little late. Then it tried to fly, but because of the cold, its wings froze and it fell down. Then a cow was passing that way. It's an American cow. A cow was passing that way and it dropped a heap of dung and it fell right on the bird. So inside this dung, the warmth of the dung caused thaw of the wings, the ice melted away and it felt happy and warm. Tick, 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 it started tweeting from inside the dung. It couldn't get up, but it was happy inside the dung. A cat was going by, it heard this bird tweaking, it opened up the dung and ate up the bird. The moral of the story is, not everybody who heaps dung on you is your enemy. Not everybody who gets you out of shit is your friend. And above all, and above all, when you're in a heap of shit, keep your mouth shut. No, I'm saying this because we have created a world now, if I have trouble, I must talk to everybody in the world. They're all going to give 1,000 solutions. No, when you feel you're in trouble, please just spend some time upon yourself. Invest some time and energy upon yourself because there is no trouble which troubles you except what you allow, isn't it? What is it? You must invest some time and energy upon yourself. This value of solitude is totally gone in the world in this generation. Please bring it back if you want to make yourself of some substance. I want you to understand, I don't know to what extent all of you are exposed to the nature of the country in which you're living. We constantly keep gloating about the tremendous things the nation has done in the past, yes, it is true. But we've also forgotten a whole lot of horrendous things that have happened to this country, and today we are where we are, where there's inequality of absurd kind, okay? Absurd kind and most cruel kind. A variety of problems in this country. This country is a heap of problems. This education that you're getting here in a premier institution. Please may it become the source of sorting out and solving the problems in this country, because I'm telling you, not even 1% of this country's population can even sit in the kind of comfort and ambience that you and me are sitting right now. Not even 1%. This cannot be called success. This cannot be called even a nation, if you ask me. So, we have to make a nation out of this 1.3 billion people we have on our hands, and a whole lot of them are youthful. Please, whatever knowledge and capabilities that you get, invest that to bring some humanity to the human beings who are living in this country, please.